Drill is a musical genre unlike any other. While many rappers talk about past crimes, drill rappers are known to rap about beef that's currently going on in the streets. Here's a look at some bars from UK drill rappers that actually happened in real life. He got shot on his birthday? How's that for a birthday gift?
Oh, come on,
Suicide
man.
Squad is the name of a drill group formed by rappers from the Aylesbury estate in South London who are part of the gang Aylesbury 17 or just AY 17. In this bar, rapper and AY 17 member Jay Waved claims that he caught an op lacking and shot him on his birthday.
On his B-Day?
What makes the bar even more disrespectful is that they even went as far as buying a birthday cake for the video. You can see one of the dudes chilling in the background, handed to Jay Waved as he spits the bar and holds it in front of the camera. It's not entirely clear who the rapper is referencing in this diss, but fans on the internet have speculated that he's talking about the killing of an op named TB, who was a member of the rival rap crew and gang called Zone 2. Zone 2 is known to have beef with another group in South London called Moscow 17. Moscow 17 is a popular drill group and gang from the Brandon estate, which is not far from the Aylesbury estate where AY 17 is based. The 17 in both of their names come from the SC 17 postcode that the two buildings are located in. Being so closely located, Moscow 17 and AY 17 are allied. They are known to beef with Zone 2, who are from the Peckham neighborhood, not far from where Moscow 17 and AY 17 are based.
Yo, it'd be funny as hell. Like, niggas be knowing all this shit, bro. It's crazy. Like, I know it's on the internet already, but the police don't even gotta do shit no more. They just gotta turn on YouTube, bro, and they see that shit all right there. It's crazy.
The Moscow 17 Zone 2 beef has been responsible for a wave of violence in South London that has claimed the lives of many rappers, street goons, and civilians. It's not clear where the beef started, but fans of UK drill have alleged that the war started after a Zone 2 member robbed the house of a Moscow 17 affiliate. The man who was robbed went to seek revenge on the dudes from Zone 2 who were responsible, and it escalated from there. The gang warfare that resulted from the robbery led to numerous deaths and stabbings over the past few years. The gang warfare that resulted from the robbery led to numerous deaths and stabbings over the past few years. But the beef not only led to a rise in violence, it also led to the rise in popularity of both crews in the UK drill scene, as fans who were desperate to know more about this deadly war would listen to the various diss tracks rappers in these gangs would drop to find clues about their activities. Moscow March, a now famous track by Moscow 17 members GB, Loose Screw, and Tizzy T, was the first UK drill track to reach over 1 million views. The attention that the groups have received for their songs about dissing ops only added fuel to the fire of the ongoing war. The beef also caught the attention of local media outlets and the cops, who claimed that the beef was responsible for many stabbings in London. The first high-profile case was the killing of a Zone 2 affiliate who went by the name ABZ. ABZ witnessed Moscow 17 member Jet Black getting arrested for carrying a samurai sword in public. ABZ started taunting him on.
This nigga think he's Samurai Jack? What the fuck, bro? Imagine your op running down on you with a samurai sword. Nah, them UK niggas got it, bro. I don't want no smoke.
Line for getting arrested, which Moscow 17 saw as a sign of disrespect. Just a few weeks later, ABZ was stabbed to death outside of a chicken shop in Peckham. Moscow 17 members incognito.
RIP. This nigga was fresh as hell. He like Kevin Samuels.
And Jet Black were arrested and charged with murder, but were eventually acquitted after convincing the jury that they had been falsely identified due to their ongoing beef with Zone 2.
Never mind.
But as you can imagine, the beef only got more intense from there, and Zone 2 ended up evening the score by killing one of Moscow 17's most prominent members, GB. GB had already been injured once in the beef, having been stabbed in the chest and almost killed by a member of Zone 2. He was only 15 or 16 at the time, and his mom sent him away to Jamaica to avoid the gang life. He eventually returned to the UK, where he hopped right back into the war with Zone 2. Unfortunately, in May 2018, he was outside the Brandon estate playing a pickup game of soccer when ops rolled up in a vehicle and shot him in the chest with a shotgun. This killing was devastating to both his gang and his community because GB was well loved in the area. It was not long after GB's murder that authorities started cracking down on drill music in the UK, having many videos removed from YouTube and banning certain rappers from making music or mentioning ops in their lyrics. GB's murder and the media attention it received was one of the major incidents that led to the outlawing of UK drill music, and many of Moscow 17's videos ended up being removed from YouTube. So, on the Aylesbury Boy remix, the Suicide Squad are referencing just one of the many violent incidents in the ongoing war and the sets allied with Moscow 17. But that wasn't the only time this beef was referenced in drill songs. This next song is thought to be one of the most disrespectful UK drill tracks of all time and mentions several specific incidents that went on between the two crews. Ned just wanted a cheeseburger. Max, what you do that for? Knockout's juice gets spilled on the floor. Huh, now you done started a war. No Censor. No Censor was a track released in 2019 that features Zone 2 members Unruly Bad, Karma, and Trizak. It was released not long after the Moscow 17 Zone 2 beef started getting serious, and is seen by many as one of the moments that turned the rivalry into an all-out war. In the first verse, Unruly Bad lays out some of the major casualties in the war between the two groups. When he says, Ned just wanted a cheeseburger, he's talking about Moscow 17 member Knockout Ned, who was allegedly stabbed in a McDonald's after getting caught lacking by members of Zone 2. Mad Max—
Damn, he got caught lacking in McDonald's? Ain't that how Lil Jojo passed away? Damn. McDonald's is bad luck, bro.
Max is a member of Zone 2, and when Unruly Bad says, Max, what you do that for? He's crediting Max with the stabbing. He goes on to say, Knockout juice gets spilled on the floor, now you done started a war. Continuing the McDonald's puns and claiming that Moscow 17 wasn't prepared for the level of violence that was coming their way. He continues on the track to say, in jail, smash C-Day's head on the floor, front line nobody can cross it. You can cross it, you can drive through, but nobody can walk it. C-Day is another member of Moscow 17. Unruly Bad is taking credit for catching C-Day inside of prison and smashing his head into the ground. He also goes on to say that even though their hoods are located just blocks from one another, no one from Moscow 17 can set foot in Peckham without catching some heat. Obviously, there's nothing the crew can do if you speed through in a moving car, but he issues the warning that any 17 members caught on foot in Peckham will face smoke. The other two rappers pick up after Unruly Bad's verse with even more disses toward the rival crew. Karma starts his verse by saying, Incognito got put in a split, GB got put in a split, SA got put in a split, Lil CJ got put in a split.
Yo, niggas is
crazy. Chicago drill scene popularized the practice of talking about putting dead ops in a blunt and smoking them. Rappers like Chief Keef and King Von have often rapped about smoking on a Tuka pack in reference to their dead op and member of the STL EBT set of the GDs, Tuka, who was killed in 2012. In this bar, Karma is doing the same thing with fallen members of Moscow who have been killed. Incognito is one of the most prominent rappers from the group who was allegedly responsible for the killing of Zone 2 affiliate ABZ. Incognito was stabbed to death not long after being acquitted for the murder.
Damn.
His death was the result of a botched robbery, and authorities claim it had nothing to do with the beef with Zone 2. But many have doubted this claim, especially since the group seems to be taking credit for the killing in this bar. Incognito was hanging out with some of his boys from Moscow 17 outside Branson Estate when a man named Kenneth Umeezy approached them.
Hey, when you die, bro, your ops don't give a fuck if you die from cancer, nigga. They gonna troll your ass. Shit crazy.
Cops later determined that Kenneth called the rapper just before meeting him and was allegedly there to buy drugs that the crew was pushing. When Kenneth went to buy the product, Incognito grabbed the man's arms while one of the other guys in the crew stole Kenneth's Cartier watch. After the robbery, Kenneth chased down the crew down an alley and eventually caught up to him. A fight ensued and knives were drawn, leaving 3 people injured, including Incognito, who was pronounced dead on the scene. Kenneth was in his 30s and not known to be affiliated with Zone 2. He was later acquitted of the murder after claiming self-defense and released without any jail time. Although Incognito's killing was a random incident and not directly related to the beef, rumors have circulated that maybe Zone 2 had more to do with his murder than the cops have given him credit for. The next person Karma disses is none other than GB, whose murder was already discussed. GB was killed just yards from where Incognito was stabbed on the property of Branson Estate, which is what made fans and spectators so suspicious about both murders. Karma goes on to diss SA, or Splash Addict, also known as Lats, who was not a member of Moscow 17, but another rival crew of Zone 2 called the Harlem Spartans. Lats was killed back in 2018 while riding on the back of a moped in Camberwell, London. Lats was one of the most active members of the Spartans, and it's rumored that on the day he was killed, he went to ride out with a member of Moscow 17, or in other words, he went on the hunt for ops from Zone 2, ready for war. It's even been claimed that Lats asked Incognito to join him on the ride out, but Incognito denied. The rapper later regretted not going on the ride along with Lats, as he may have been able to save him from getting killed. But of course, Incognito himself was killed just a few days later, so who knows what would have happened if he did go on the mission with Lats. Lats and a dude from Moscow 17 pulled up on Zone 2 ops on a moped in the area outside a council estate called Elmore House. Lats tried to open fire, but his gun jammed. As a result, The ops charged the moped and ended up stabbing him 2 times. They
His
drove
gun
off on
jam?
a moped
Oh my
and tried to get
God.
Latz to a nearby hospital, but he had already lost so much blood that the driver ended up leaving him on the side of the road in Camberwell.
Nigga left him? What? Yo, they should extort that nigga who left him, bro. He a bitch.
Allegedly, the Moscow 17 member
That's
had a gun on
crazy.
him, which is highly illegal in the UK, and had to leave Latz behind to avoid getting arrested. Several people were later arrested in connection with Latz's murder, but later were released due to lack of evidence. The final person Karma disses is Lil CJ, an 18-year-old named
so
Clinton
cool.
Edbata who was stabbed to death in 2019. CJ was not a member of Moscow 17, the Harlem Spartans, or any other crew known to have beef with Zone 2, but he did live in Branson Estate and was cool with a few members of Moscow 17. Although he wasn't officially affiliated with the crew, in a place as violent as Branson Estate, just being cool with the wrong people can get you killed.
Swear, bro.
CJ was allegedly participating in low-level street activity like selling weed and committing fraud with the help of some dudes he knew in Moscow
Scamming.
17. Ops from Zone 2 saw him as an easy target and stabbed him to death to send a message to their
Jeez,
enemies that
that's
anyone can
crazy.
get touched, even civilians. But the disses don't stop there. Trizak follows up with a few more wild bars taking aim at members of Moscow 17. He starts out rapping, "My blade hit my chest plate. Next day, I had his best friend running, Kevin."
Oh,
In this
fuck.
bar, he's dissing Moscow 17 member Ted Maddock, whose real name is Kevin. He claims that he stabbed a member of the crew in the chest and Ted Maddock ran away scared, rather than doing something about it. He goes on to rap, "I done beat up Ramps in probation. He shouldn't have pushed my buttons. Why do you think they call me Judas? I laugh and giggle at my dead op cousin, Incog." Ramps is another
What
member
the
of Moscow
fuck?
17, who Trizak claims he beat up. The two have gone back and forth in the past on social media and claim that they have fought on several occasions, so the bar isn't that surprising. The next bar is probably the most disrespectful of the whole track, where he claims he laughed when he found out his cousin was killed. Trizak's cousin was none other than Incognito. He was given the name Judas within the gang for his association with the sworn op after Judas Iscariot,
The Bible,
who betrayed
yeah.
Jesus in the Bible. In this bar, Trizak is saying that he's more loyal to the gang than he is to blood relatives and warns his ops that he's as cold-blooded as it gets. He keeps the Moscow 17 disses coming, saying, "Luce says that he chings, he doesn't. Trust me, gang done chefed up dozens." Chings is a UK slang term for stabbing. In this bar, he's claiming that Loose Screw from Moscow 17 claims he's active, but really isn't about that life. Chef is another term for
I'm about
knife
that
crime,
life.
and Trizak finishes the
Nah,
bar
I'm a
by
bitch, let me
proclaiming that
chill
Zone 2 are the real gangsters that Moscow 17 pretends to be. No Censor is just one of many diss tracks that have been produced by this violent feud. Although the British government has tried to block them from being released, many of the songs have found new homes on channels outside of the UK. The war between Moscow 17 and Zone 2 continues to this day. Hopefully, some of the prominent members can turn their talents into a music career and not end up gone
Man,
too
you
soon.
know damn well these niggas ain't finna start no music career, man. This shit just all for fun, bro. They just like that high life, bro. But hey, man, all seriousness though, man, a lot of this shit be fucked up, bro. All these killings and stabbings and shit, bro. Y'all stay safe out here, man. Be smart. Don't get in no trouble, bro. Watch my videos. Enjoy your life, bro. Go to your room, watch my videos. That's how you gonna stay safe, bro. Like and subscribe, man. I love y'all boys, bro, and girls.
What's up, y'all? If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, click right here so you can see some of my other videos.